waiting on specifically, I guess the Bradley Beal, right? Among other things, but I think Bradley Beal is the main thing that I'm waiting on right now, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, let me just see. So I think what they're saying regarding whatchamacallit, I think what they're saying regarding Houston is that they're dressing Nwaba just so that they can have the 8 players that are required. There's Bobby. Bobby, I was just saying that it's a clarification. You know, David Nwaba, from the best that I can describe, is dressing just so that they can say that they have the right amount of active players, but he's not playing.
Does that mean we're supposed to expect Mason Jones?
Dressing just so that.
Sorry, let me turn this off here for a second. Does that mean we're supposed to expect Mason Jones to be out?
Very important.
Hang on.
As most are.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I had that. So basically, if what you're saying is true, because I've heard that speculation elsewhere too today, then that means they're expecting Mason Jones to be a DNP CD, like he's hurt too, but they just need enough guys. So I don't understand.
I think so.
So if we assume he's out too, that means they have 7 players.
Well, here's what you're saying. Someone's suggesting, is there any chance this game gets canceled? Someone tweaks an ankle during warm-up, and now they have 6. Someone's saying if it's injury-related, they just dress the guys and don't play them. That would be quite. If you thought Twitter would blow up at DraftKings and FanDuel once before, imagine if that game gets canceled at like 2 minutes after the game locks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're getting a refund in that situation. I mean, you should be, right?
It's me.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you know, things have changed, obviously, with this whole slate since we last talked. And I still think that, like, the priorities of who you're spending on hasn't changed. We both like Jimmy Butler, right?
Well, let's start with we have to start by watching the Washington news.
But Beal's in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes life a little easier.
Yeah.
Well, a little easier. I mean, it removes another 80% owned guy from the slate, at least. I mean, it makes a guy not 80% owned.
Right.
Yes. I like Jimmy Butler. And I'm talking myself into Zach LaVine on FanDuel.
Okay.
My FanDuel lineups, I mean, are not going to look remotely like the DraftKings lineups. I mean, that's
I don't think that's crazy today for sure. It was just something I realized I hadn't done yet, so I should probably do it. Yeah, I didn't post this lineup in this entries here. Yeah, so
well, let's let you know we didn't talk. We didn't talk about with the same detail. Is what do you think of all this Orlando stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely like, I mean, we didn't expect everybody to be out like this again. So it does change things a little bit. I think Michael Carter-Williams becomes more of a priority on FanDuel. On DraftKings, I think I am going to play Okeke as of right now. I mean, I'm going to play the stay and wait game. So I think we should talk about who's in the first games and what we're going to do, because I want to see who's in for who. I want to see if there are going to be all their players in Houston. I want to see if that game happens. There's a lot of things. I've heard that as speculation. Did you hear it on like something confirmed? Because I just heard guys speculating about it.
About what?
We started it and it got going. Now it's possible, but I don't know where that's coming from. I haven't heard a source. I've only heard it from people who are speculating.
About what? About the Nwaba thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a quote. I just have Discord yapping.
Yeah. It's based on just what probably was said on one of the shows or something, and then it's spun on all the other shows. It could be totally true, but it is at this moment still just total speculation.
Yeah. So
I've seen this year with Houston before, and Nwaba has been the guy who's gone nuts. You know, where we were wondering if they were even going to be able to play. It's been specifically with him before, so you don't even know. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know about the Jones thing too. And if it really is just 7 guys, I think the answer is you have to plan for that. It's a late game anyway. Just play the late games. That's why we have to figure out what we're doing first, because right now I have all these guys. Okay, that game's later too. Or isn't it? Let me see.
Well, the Orlando game, I mean, the reason why I want to talk about it is because these Orlando guys rate just like right within these Houston guys. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? It would seem as though the Houston guys should be the better plays. And I don't mean Porter and Martin, right? Porter and Martin really seem to stand out. But when you get down to like McLemore and Sterling Brown and stuff, I have them very similar to Randall, Bacon, Okeke, Birch. You know what I mean? So how are you handling that?
I'm playing both of them right now. I'm not going to do anything until 6.
What do you mean both of them? I have like 8 guys to have to figure out.
Both sides of the teams. I mean, the guys who, okay, so we can go down and rank these guys if you want to.
Yeah.
I think this is something we should be doing later, but we'll do it again later, I guess.
Okay, so fine. So what do you want to do now?
I just wanted to talk about real quick, like what we have to even think about in the first games. So maybe
right,
just
so let's see what are the first games?
So the first game we have Philadelphia, Washington.
Okay, so all right, so let me just pull up again. I don't want to screw anybody over here. So okay, so Philly, Washington. So Embiid's a good play,
right?
Beal's a good play. I guess Westbrook's a good play, but I still have Beal is a better play than Westbrook.
I like Beal too in the matchup. You have that probably because that's when he went off last time too. Was in the matchup, but no Ben Simmons. Westbrook should be. It's not his type of match. It's not his. I'm with you. I mean, I guess I agree with you as a lot, but I don't agree that Beal's the better play. I think that with a slight price difference.
Barely. No, I disagree. I
not a good matchup for Westbrook, but I think Westbrook outscores Beal most of the time.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I think they're the same.
But I do think that the game style should fit more into Beal's game than it will Westbrook's game, because the attacking the basket is going to be much more difficult to do against Philly.
Well, can you play in like a GPP with more than like 10 people? Can you play Embiid with Porter and Martin?
Embiid, what do you mean?
I mean, aren't you like? Can you possibly differentiate with that with those 3 guys if you start with those 3 guys?
No, why would you do? I mean, there's no reason you should. Like, you could sure just jump to somebody else, but you're asking. I'm confused with the question, I guess.
Right. So you're saying what we do in this first game. So we have to decide whether we're playing Embiid. So part of that is what we want to do later, right?
Yeah, but you're bringing up just the cheap guys later. So that doesn't really affect it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you see the cheap guys, then you prioritize the spend-ups, in my opinion. And as far as priority spends go, right now I have Embiid, LeBron, and Butler as my guys. I'm a little worried about Butler. I'm a little bit thinking about Jokic, and I'm a little bit thinking about a little bit of Vucevic on FanDuel. More so, just because it's still going to be unknown. The price actually works out a little better to where if Embiid just – I mean, look, I think Embiid is the best play at center. I don't think that the difference between him and Jokic is much.
Yeah, but just to go back to what I said, I don't know if you understand what the impact of what I was asking is. Like from a prospect of ownership. Like, I mean,
that's sorry. It's a huge storm going on.
From the standpoint of ownership, can you play Embiid with Porter and KJ Martin?
Are you just saying because you don't want to play 3 guys who are popular together?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Yeah, of course. I mean, what does that matter? Like, there's a million ways.
It matters because if we really feel as though Porter and Martin are locks, then maybe we don't play Embiid, is what I'm saying.
I don't see where there's a reason to you got the rest of your lineup to figure anything out. I never look at it like that personally. I mean, I do with other sports though a lot. I just don't do it with basketball because I think that you're still enough ways to get different. But do I think Embiid is do I think you need to do that? No. If you're playing cash, should you do that? Yes. But you certainly don't need to do that. Right now, I have Embiid as my main center of the night. He's my highest owned guy. He's not. I see plenty of Jokic around. I have him and Jokic together in one of my big buy-ins on DraftKings. And I love Jokic as a pivot on FanDuel. And there's other ways to pivot on FanDuel off of Embiid. So I would have Embiid just like clearly he is my favorite. I do think he'll smash tonight. I like trying to get him and LeBron or him and what's his name? I'm sorry, him and Jokic in the same lineup. Him and Jokic for obvious reasons. You take up both center spots. You go for absolute maximum ceiling. I love LeBron tonight as well. I mentioned that before, and Butler. So you could mix in two of these guys together is sort of what I'm doing, and then paying for a middle level guy with all this value.
You like anybody else from Washington or Philly? You like Thibault? You like Thibault?
I think Thibault is like a reach at this point, but it's a reach that could get there. But I just think it's a reach. Like, doesn't really make too much sense to me why we would do it with all the. I mean, if that ends up with 7 players, it's just Sheets. We know that's mathematically impossible. Like, it's not. We didn't think it was going to be happening this season. We didn't think it was possible to play with 7 players. There's no way 3 of them don't crush. Now, for Thibault to be the guy who outcrushes them, for him to make 6 threes and get 5 steals feels like a lot to ask, and I'm still not sure that does it, you know? So I don't think we can play almost any other value, especially with the time delay, too. We can adjust if things go south or a different direction. There's other plays you can make in those later games, particularly the San Antonio, Orlando, Houston, Utah, and Indy or LA. So I just think we're mostly staying away outside of the studs here, and I think we're just I'm staying away from Harris. He might end up again in the lineup if I think he'll do fine. I think it's a great matchup for him. But I think there are other guys at 8K I would rather take shots on. One of them being like, I'd rather play Morant than him. And Morant will be lower owned too. So Washington side is just Westbrook and Beal for me. And I give Beal the slight edge in terms of tournaments. I don't think that if I were playing cash and I was considering them, I would take Westbrook. I don't think you need to play either of them in cash, however. Anyway, do you want to go to Cleveland side? Because I think that we pretty much can stay away.
I disagree.
Let me just say, with the exception of a small amount of Osman on FanDuel and a small amount of Sexton, I don't see anyone else here worth prioritizing unless I'm missing something. Sheets, what do you got?
I'm not prioritizing anything, but I'm just saying that with Garland out, Sexton, I just hope people don't make the mistake of forgetting to play him.
Well, they're adding 2 high usage players too, and they're starting both of them. Okay. And even though they play limited minutes,
that's true.
They're going to play more minutes combined than Sexton did. And if the way they're going to run it is with Larry Nance at the 3, which is what they're doing right now, then it changes that. Then it makes it kind of like you're not getting anything really. You're getting a little bit more assist opportunity. You're getting a little bit more creative opportunity. But even that, Kevin Love will take up some of that while he's in, especially because it's going to be for limited minutes. Larry Nance is not a high usage guy, but he's, it's just, I'm just saying it's not like Garland is like, it's a little bit of a boost, but it's not like he was a well-priced guy anyway. And I would rather play, I think he and Ja is an interesting conversation if it gets to that. I agree with that part of it. I guess from that perspective, he does make some sense.
And you can't play Jared Allen, right?
I mean, who are you playing the most? Like, what do you? Jesus.
I mean, on FanDuel at like 2%.
This is craziness out here. What is he priced on FanDuel?
8,000.
I mean, everything is worse for him than it's been.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
So that's, I guess, unfortunately the answer. Except for that, you do have a high-paced team that attacks the basket a lot, which he tends to do pretty well against. I mean, sure, it would probably have to take you like 40 or 50 lineups, or maybe 30 or 40 lineups to get to him.
I only bring it up. I was watching another podcast, and they spent like literally 15 minutes talking about Jared Allen as a player, why you actually couldn't play him, but like we went back and forth on it. It's like we really need him to get like 60 to make it work, and it's just very hard for him to get that. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he gets to 50, I would be okay with it. To be honest with you, there are guys. It's not like Embiid could smash and play a great game and end up with 39 and well, he's gonna have a ton of rebounds tonight. So that's a bad example. I don't know. It's hard for Embiid not to get there. It's every time I think about it. It's just you have the team that leaks every single thing that he would just crush against, and I think he already put up 75 on them.
Not afraid of Moritz Wagner defense. No.
Mo Wagner and all those big guys that nobody wants. That's, by the way, who should get all these big guys who are out there. Go get Drummond or something. Go get, even LaMarcus Aldridge would be an upgrade over these guys.
What's going to happen with Drummond? He's going to go somewhere.
He does. I don't know.
All right. So we're not touching Cleveland. We touching anything from New Orleans?
From New Orleans, I'm quickly doing a check on my 6 of 6s. See if they're still 6 of 6s. Sorry, did you give up on golf?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, sorry. I have one really clean one, and right when I thought I was there, Brendan Todd hit a huge double bogey and then went birdie, but then he did make it. Okay, he ended up one on.
I even talked myself into thinking about having a chance in my outright if Hatton made the cut. He made a big run and then he missed one by like 6 inches to make the cut on the last one. Yeah,
that's too bad. I saw that he was making a run. I got a few 6 of 6s through, so that's at least something to root for with DeChambeau and Harmon. So some low or not. DeChambeau's not low one, but Harmon. Anyway, all right, back to basketball. Sorry. We've got on the New Orleans side, I think that Zion we know what he's going to do. He's fine. I think that he's going to be more and more a part of this. I think you're going to see more and more 50s out of him than you do other things going forward. I think he had a bad game last night. He played less minutes, though. It's back-to-back. It's not ideal. Priorities, because of the way the slate's breaking out, originally I had interest in him. And I think Ingram's fine on FanDuel still, even though it feels sick saying that. But I just think there are better places to go, and especially because it's an early game. So you got to play Porter on FanDuel too, don't you? You can play Martin.
That's what I mean. I mean, you can't even. You got to play.
Well, I'm playing Butler and LeBron with each of them in different lineups. Yeah. Right now, I'm going to change it probably. But it should make Butler and LeBron lower owned than they might be. Although people might just pick one and go with them. To play them together would be interesting. I think I might end up doing that.
My current FanDuel monster has neither of them. I gotta do something. I gotta rerun all this shit.
Well, there's plenty of time left. I mean, you got 40 minutes.
Oh, you got it forever.
Yeah, I'm waiting 10 minutes before I do anything. I'll answer some questions in a minute, guys. We'll just talk about this Denver game because I think the only person we're playing from this. I mean, look, you can make a lot of arguments about blah, blah, blah. Jamal Murray can go, yes, of course. All these things are true. On this slate, if you want to do that, go ahead. That is your money. There's no way I'm playing anybody but Jokic on the Denver side. How about you? I do think that Michael Porter would be like, if you're playing a bunch of lineups on FanDuel, then you could do it. But I just don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, a couple of guys are back for Denver, making some of the ancillary plays less attractive. So even if it were a better slate to pick.
By the way, JaMychal Green is out.
Yeah, but Campazzo I think is back too. I was thinking of a reason to play Monte Morris, but
yeah,
no need.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, look, he's got upside for FanDuel. I think especially because he's cheaper over there. It's different. It's going to be crazy low owned. You can do it for just those reasons, but there's not really like a logical other than that to go with these guys. It is a it's a national televised game. I don't know what that means. I do like Ja as a long shot play. I think he'll be even lower owned than Sexton. I think the upside is there. I think he's always misprojected. I think that he can easily get 50. Not easily, but I think he can get 50 for you in this matchup. And I really like him here.
And actually, from what I hear, Denver's rim protection has actually been pretty fishy.
Yeah, I mean, they're good against the big men because, I mean, Jokic is good, but he's not the most fleet of foot guy. It's not like they have fly swatters in there,
Yep.
They, Ja can get in the lane against these guys.
It doesn't feel like. I mean, while he seems kind of cheap in and of himself, it doesn't feel like the slate to play Dylan Brooks.
in my original build.
Yeah.
The Grayson Allen back, it just seems kind of like.
Oh, I totally forgot about that too. Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's still done it with Grayson Allen there before, but it's like as they keep getting, we just talked about how many pieces they had, and they got another one, back today. Just feels like not the right thing for me, but I do think he can always get hot. He tends to shoot the ball a lot more when they're playing national televised games, like he did when he put up 50 against Milwaukee the other night.
Hey, I feel as though we didn't do enough on the Philly game. Did we talk about Tobias Harris?
I said exactly how I feel about Tobias Harris. If you want to win tournaments, playing Tobias Harris at this price and playing him over Ja Morant is, in my opinion, a mistake. Even though it's a great matchup, I think he'll do well. Or Colin Sexton. There are other 8K guys I like better, and on top of it, I like to spend all the way ups a lot, which you can do pretty easily. So I'm not as into Tobias Harris as other people will be. It's a great matchup, but I mean, and it's not just because he killed my one lineup last night. I mean, it's just even when he goes he has to go nuts for him to get you 50, and I don't think that's true for all these guys. I really don't. I just think that Sexton's path is he's not even the main option. He's not even anywhere near the main option. This is the Embiid show. He's going to dominate this game.
So this Houston game is actually a full hour after the Orlando game, huh?
Houston, yeah, but that's good.
I'm trying to figure out which Orlando values I'm going to want to play.
Yeah, so that can be another conversation we can have now because we're not going to have it later. So let's talk about Orlando right now. Okay. I think on DraftKings, I think Bacon actually makes sense because how much he's going to play, and they just need people to do anything offensively. I think Jason Randall makes sense. If we just look at them versus Houston. Okay, let's do this real quick. So Porter, for me, it would go Porter, Martin. Then I get into a tricky situation.
Something that I think we really have to talk about is which guy is going to be left in there if and when the game is blown out.
Doesn't matter for Houston because I think that it's literally just whoever hasn't played the last minutes. It won't matter in my opinion.
Okay.
I see them giving Porter because Porter's going to want to be out there as long as possible, the most run. By far.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But I mean, look, there's some volatility here. If they don't before 6, if we don't get what the situation is there, we're going to be in some trouble. If there in fact is 9 able bodies to go, there's still 2 good plays there, which are Porter and Martin. But then we start getting into, Sterling Brown on FanDuel is minimum at point guard, but still he's minimum, and I like him on both sides.
I would just like to say that I might be making this up. Okay, I think this is the case, but if these Houston guys are a zillion % owned, and the game against Utah gets canceled, if I'm not mistaken, this is 12 months to the day where the NBA canceled the season.
Oh my God! Just for that? No, it was yesterday.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was yesterday. You had me over. Which day is the 12th, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the 11th. Okay. It was Utah. It was at OKC. Utah at OKC, but it was still
right.
One day off. So I think I really do think I know Jason Randall is a good play, but does he have the upside to carry you here? And I agree with what you said about Houston's projections. They don't. Well, I agree that the projections are closer than they should. They're not as close. I'm actually trying to add up the minutes right now because I don't think they're counting for enough minutes if you only have 7 people play for Houston. Chiefs, do you have any of this? 100?
No, they're gonna. Oh, I don't know. They're all gonna play a zillion minutes. Did I lose you?
So.
No, okay, sorry.
No, I'm here. Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, this storm is causing me some issues. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some questions for people.
Oh, you're gonna lose internet.
I hope not.
Yeah, I know. You better do something with your lineups.
Have you seen this? What you should see what's happening out there.
Yeah, I can here every day probably.
Thanks, Drac. I appreciate it, but it really wasn't a hit. It's really more of a miss. It was really sad. It was not a fun feeling. But it's nice to win always. But it's not a great, I appreciate it. I don't consider it a hit though. First game is Embiid or Jokic priority. Yeah, that's Embiid for me. But I like both of them, and I'm playing them together in some lineups. And DraftKings. Philly versus Washington feels like Philly versus Chicago the other day, Embiid wise. Embiid does, feels great for him. We already went. I'm sure this is late, guys. Sorry, I haven't been in there. What do we think of Ingles, Clarkson? Nope, not at all, buddy. Not Ingles or Clarkson. I'm sorry, on DraftKings. Clarkson for me on FanDuel some because of his price. I do like Kobe Farrell. I absolutely am with you on the Sabonis love. I'm going to play him on FanDuel, not DraftKings though. I'd rather pay the 10+K for all the other guys we talked about. TJ and Sabonis. I don't like TJ tonight. I think it's a bad play given the nature of the slate and the other value. That's just my personal take. Also against a team that never turns the ball over. I don't know. His upside is lessened, and it's a good defensive team on top of it. Butler going back-to-back his old court smash. We like Butler. Updated lineup, Kevin. Okay, we got that. Nance. Oh, no, Nance. No, we're reaching if you're going to play Nance. Even if he gets there, you're not. There's no way they're going to mess with his body and put him out there for too long. So don't play Nance. And LeBron is.
Who do you like more, Bobby?
Yeah.
On FanDuel at the same price. Now again, don't just say rebuild. If between Sterling Brown and Dwayne Bacon.
They're different positions.
Oh.
So I would say.
Wait.
I have more Brown.
No, Dwayne Bacon or whoever the other or whoever the other 3,600 shooting guard is on Houston.
Oh, Macklemore.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
I think that they're both good. Like, I mean, if there's 7 bodies for sure, then it would be Macklemore. If it's not, it probably would be Lamb. Bacon, not Lamb. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. I have to get up for 1 second and run to the restroom for a second, and I'll be back literally in like 35 seconds. So
I'm gonna run another thing. Yeah, but actually, no news in the last couple of minutes. That's interesting.
It's I'm hoping we get some more Houston stuff.
What? Yeah. So I'm gonna build a couple of more over here. How to do this? No one's gonna yell at me. Sabres some love if I give them free publicity, so I may as well throw this up here. So let me see what these look like. Yeah, no Garland, that's right. Excuse me, edit, and then download this. Come on, garbage site. Okay. So what do I have? I have the monster, and I have a bunch of these. So how many would I have in this? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lotteries. So let's build 9 lotteries. Nine lotteries. Why not? I'm just not going to look. Just easier that way. It's much easier when you don't look. We'll build.
Okay.
We'll do.
We caught up on questions, right?
What's that?
We caught up on questions, I believe, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I didn't check, so I'm just kind of tweaking a couple of FanDuel, or is that I'm going to do DraftKings?
I did miss the Braun or Butler. I like both of them. I have them both together in a couple lineups. That's where I'm at right now.
You still like Tate, right? I mean, he's like one of those guys. Okay.
I really would like to see some starting lineups.
Does it really matter?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really curious what Orlando.
Oh, that one. Okay. I still like Brogdon, by the way, on FanDuel.
Yeah, he's my number one point guard over there with number one. Okay. I've got too much. We don't need a here. We didn't talk about San Antonio guys very much, by the way.
No.
Let's talk about them.
Yep.
Because that's it feels more like okay, what are you guys doing on this slate kind of a spot. But I do think Derek White and Keldon Johnson, along with DeJounte Murray, all should get the minutes. It's a good matchup, obviously, but these minutes can be spread out. Lonnie Walker as well. He should probably be in the starting lineup. Patty Mills, I was considering before on FanDuel. I am no longer high on that decision because of the other value from Orlando and with Bacon and then McLemore. So I'm actually going to have to do some lineups. So, guys, if there's any last-minute questions, do it quick because I've got to get my lineups together, which basically means all I have to do is decide what I'm doing in this first game. On FanDuel, I am running out some Westbrook versus Embiid and some Beal versus Embiid lineups. Not together, though, on this slate. I know it's not optimal to some of the things I wanted to do, but it's what I'm going to do. All right. So McLemore. We have some news. Magic will start Carter, Williams, Bacon, Okiki, Aminu, and Vucevic. Okiki starting.
Okay.
So on FanDuel, can you play Okiki even? Unless you're playing him with Martin.
I don't. This is what I'm worried about right now on FanDuel. It's that same decision I have. So,
Martin's the better play, and I think that Osman honestly is probably a better play.
No, what I mean is that if I don't play if I don't play McLemore at shooting guard, I have no Houstons in my main lineup.
Yeah, I just think you're going to end up getting. Like if that game goes the way that that you suspected that it was going, then you're going to screw yourself over. That's my only. But again, I have lineups without Houston on FanDuel. There is a way to do it, unless you just. But wait, who would you play over him at small forward? Over either of them?
No. LeBron and Ingram.
Oh, okay. It's weird because I would take Porter probably straight up against Ingram. Not really, but
that's a good point.
But Okiki doesn't really fit unless you're going to play. I mean, there is a chance actually. Porter, that's not true. You don't have to play a Porter on FanDuel. Just because the other two, but that's because of the other two minimum small forwards. And then you've got Jimmy Butler and LeBron, who I like both very much. I do think you can play Aminu on FanDuel.
Aminu. Well, the good news is I don't have to make that decision for like a little while, right? Okay.
Right.
We didn't talk about Ken Birch.
I do like Ken Birch. He's another minimum cost guy that makes sense on FanDuel.
He is literally $3K.
The problem is these things really shouldn't help their power forwards much. You know what I mean? Like they're playing Aminu with a 3 tonight, so at least you can justify him that way. He's got more upside. You could double punt with him too. There's a lot of ways you can go about that one. Oof, that's interesting. Zion, Sabonis. You're taking Zion, I think, straight up. It's really close on FanDuel. Wow. I think I actually like Sabonis better, but I think you could argue there's other paths. I really like Sabonis though too. Man, that's a tough one.
Definitely a good matchup for Zion.
Yeah. It's actually like a sneaky decent matchup for Sabonis.
Okay.
This is not AD's Lakers. There's no Gasol inside. The whole defensive team is gone.
Right.
So it's kind of like perfect time to attack them.
Birch, Gobert, Murray, Randall.
With the Tobias Harris thing, is
there like a maximum amount of Houstons that you'll put in a lineup?
On DraftKings?
Yeah.
No, because I'm playing to wait. On FanDuel, I'm not because I am, but I'm playing the 6 p.m. games. Other than Joel Embiid and then a couple with Westbrook and a couple with Beal, I'm not playing anything else from that first game, from the first stage on FanDuel.
I just meant in general, and for like a GPP, I mean, like, would you say, oh, I'm not playing more than X amount of?
No.
Okay.
It's not the right kind of thing because we don't know how many players they have. So that's an impossible question to answer. My answer is going to be the same. I think the problem is, Cheech, you're trying to figure it out, and then you're going to go have your evening. I'm understanding that I'm not going to be able to know that until this game is decided. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I keep my questions are not. These are not.
Well, no,
questions.
I want to press you on this because it's more of a general type thing. Like
Yeah.
How many? Like, if you put 7 Rockets in a lineup, can you win?
If there are 7 players in their team and you don't have any of them, I don't know if you can win.
Right.
On a 7, I honestly don't know if you can. I don't think it's sure. Of course, everything's possible, but it's just so you're talking about ridiculous odds.
Right, but what I'm saying is that we talk about correlation and stuff, and if you play too many guys in the same team, right, you're taking away from yourself.
I'm not in sets, but you're the one. I mean, it's just a math. It's just math. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
It's the same point you made to me before that you've stressed.
Yeah.
That you're right. 100%. You have been right. But if they have 9 bodies, it's a different story. Totally different story.
Right.
If they have 8 bodies, it's a totally different story. If they have 7, and it's going to happen to me maybe on FanDuel, possibly, because I am going a little bit with the Embiid and Westbrook and then the Embiid and Beal stuff. Hold on, let me just make sure I've got this right. Yeah, because I want to make sure I don't have Embiid and Westbrook everywhere. Like things like Kelly Olynyk on DraftKings completely have forgotten about, right? Like nobody's thinking about it anymore.
Well, I'm thinking about it on FanDuel.
Me too.
Jokic.
I do have Tobias Harris in a couple FanDuel lineups, but I don't like it, so I'm actually going to change it after I see it.
How bad of a play is Moritz Wagner?
On which site?
DraftKings.
I think it's bad.
Okay.
But I mean, like there's no question it's bad. It's just a matter of is it the one fluky night where he goes kind of nuts? And it's a terrible matchup for him. Couldn't be worse for him. I'm not even sure he stays in the court.
No, he's starting.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said I'm not sure he sees the court. Okay.
He always starts and he plays like 12 minutes. He starts, he either gets in foul trouble or they pull him out after like 6 or 7 minutes and they realize they have to put Robin Lopez in because their defense is too bad without him. It's the same story every single game, I swear. I've watched these guys play so many times.
We'll play Ken Birch instead.
I do like this a little bit that I'm going to get the Kobe White on fans. I also think there's still speculation. I still am skeptical that you never know what the Heat might do on a back-to-back. So I'm really treating this, like I said, trying to treat this more and more like a 6 p.m. slate with the exception of the studs from the first game.
Think Butler sits?
No, I think it's more likely like Dragic would sit.
Butler sits with like 2 minutes.
Just going back to Chicago. You know what if it did, I'll tell you, if he did, I'll tell you exactly what it is, and we all know what the cause of that would be. There's only one way it could possibly happen, right? He's got to be hammered. That's the only way. He would have to be like crazy hammered.
Speaking of hammered, I'm on FanDuel. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have the Brogdon and the Sabonis and the LeBron.
Brogdon, Sabonis. Yeah.
Speaking of the hammer.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of the hammer.
I'm all over that. I'm with you 100,000,000% on that.
All right.
I really love Sabonis too, by the way. Boy, both these guys are great plays, huh? Yeah, I've got Sabonis in 2 of my 3 big ones on FanDuel. I can say that about FanDuel because they don't have me. They're not after us yet, so I can't say exactly what I'm doing on DraftKings anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything in the chat that we should discuss? Just out of curiosity, because I've been a little bit lackadaisical here.
Hold on, I gotta pull.
I'm not playing any Chase on Randall on FanDuel.
Mason Jones is still not in the player.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Mason Jones is still not in the player pool for both sides.
That doesn't mean anything. That just means they have 8 guys, more likely.
I'm just reporting it.
No, I love it. I know. I'm thinking out loud. It actually got me excited for a second.
It says make sure to X him out completely before running it up, though. That's it.
Wait. But how can you? Oh, before running an optimal. But that's more like to me. That's what I keep thinking everybody's doing. They're just forgetting about him as a person because he's not in the player pool. Wait, what are they saying? He's not in the.
Mason Jones is still not in the player pool for both sides.
That's why, yeah, but that doesn't mean that. To me, that's what I keep seeing, and that's what everybody else was. That's why I was so confused about why everybody else is so excited about this. That's another body. So the idea that Nwaba would dress and Mason Jones is hurt, we just need to know this. I don't have this concrete information. If there's somebody in chat has any,
what exactly do we like to know? If Mason Jones is eligible to play?
Yeah, I feel like that's huge. You know what's crazy is I'll rank the Magic on DK real quickly because they asked me to, but I honestly don't think any of them are absolutely necessary on DraftKings. So
who? Which ones?
The Magic.
Oof.
I mean, who do you think you need to play? Who do you think you need to have?
No, I don't need to play, but I mean, it's nice to have Kem Birch at 3K. I don't know.
Okay, there you go. That's the low-owned play. So you definitely don't need any of them.
He is expected to play, apparently, Mason Jones.
Okay. That takes us a little bit off the Houston thing. We can get a little bit away from
Of course, this is the airtight opinion of R. Kaiser the Juru from one of my Discords. According to R. Kaiser the Juru. Can't beat that.
Oh man, it's hilarious. It does make Houston a little bit worse, right? Like I'm not the only one who's picking up on this, right?
Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Hold on. Now actually somebody reputable is typing. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Someone said, "Oh, this is." I think this might be Pacheco. Oh, let me put it to you this way. Let's see. This violates any rules that let them yell at me. Let's see. If Mason Jones does not play tonight, Houston won't have enough players to play.
So that means that Nwaba is out for sure? Or what happened to the whole narrative of Nwaba? See what happens? Somebody says something on one of these shows.
Let's just hear. He's still talking. Let's see. Pacheco's reasonable.
Oh, not him. I'm talking about the other people on the show.
Oh.
Start this whole storm of this rumor mill. It just doesn't.
You won't have enough players to play.
We know they need 8 players to play. The only problem is that Nwaba is supposedly dressing just for this reason, but we've only heard that on total pure speculation.
Play just means putting on a uniform and sitting on the bench.
Is there a report about them actually doing this other than other? But I just would love to. I haven't seen.
So he's saying he has to play unless Nwaba miraculously healed and can play. So I just said play just means.
No, he doesn't. No, he does. Well, he does if they want it. But then why would they have Nwaba as questionable? Unless Mason Jones couldn't play, if that's the real reason. Maybe he did heal. I don't know. It does feel weird. I get it. It's just strange.
He's putting on the uniform and getting on the court to play this basketball game. Okay.
Mason Jones. Okay, there you go.
There it is.
Is that Mason Jones or Nwaba?
Mason Jones.
Okay. That makes how is he? I mean, that's a.
So that takes minutes away.
How is that possible? Because they don't play for like 3.5. Why is he even at? I mean, two. What do they play? 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Wow, I don't know. That's crazy to me that he's already doing that. We already know that. Unbelievable job by that guy. If that's all factual, that's pretty great. Great job. Who was it, Sheets? I wasn't able to.
Pacheco. This is Daily Rotor. This is the projection guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody in our chat. I was like, oh wow.
No. I'm sharing the screen. I'm sharing it in my own Discord.
I can't look. You know I can't look. I've got too many things.
Oh, right. Let me see how many. Did they give them minutes over there? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what he was saying because they're assigning him minutes. So they're assigning him minutes, but they're saying even though they're assigning him minutes, he's not eligible for them. So they're giving Mason Jones 27 minutes.
But he's not. Wow.
But you can't play him.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Okay, that's why the numbers didn't add up. Okay, that helps. And then there's the question with Nwaba or whatever that situation is.
Well, I got Sterling Brown 32. Kevin Porter 32, Sterling Brown 33, Mason Jones 27, Kenyon Martin 29, Ben McLemore 30, Sean Tate 33, Patton 31, and Lamb 24.
And they're still great. Don't get me wrong; they're still great plays, but it does, that you have to agree with me, right, Cheats? Like that is a big difference. That body, because that 8th person versus 7 is a totally different thing. 2 or 3 of them are still going to get there, but not 4 of them, like it was going to be for me. That's what I was going to have to do. I think I wish I have more LeBron on. Maybe I can get less of these guys, and I can play LeBron and Jimmy together in one. I'll take a really quick look. Sorry, guys, it's really hard to answer questions, so this is not the place for it. No, I'm not going to rank any more else. It's 1v1 or 2v2. I cannot do that while I'm trying to do my lineups with 10 minutes to go. So, we just need straight questions. Basketball is not going to be like baseball, by the way, because oh my god, I didn't even enter this on Jesus.
Baseball, like. Wait, what? Oh, Jesus Christ.
That
he's not in the player pool. Oh, no.
What does that mean? Wait. No, nothing new. Nothing new.
That's why he wants you to X him out.
Yeah, I get that.
I got it.
I felt like you had something you were throwing in there that I missed. She's scaring me.
That's fine.
Oh, that's all right. That happens to me. I actually think Keldon Johnson is not much worse of a play. Like not much, might be almost as good a play. It just depends on how they run things. It's a lot more questionable, but he could end up being a better play than Porter. As weird as that sounds.
Oh, this is big news. Fisher got moved to line 4 for Arizona. That's the news we've been waiting for.
I have a couple. I have a number of lineups that have nothing in the first, like not a single shred of anything. Most of them.
So just so you guys know, so tomorrow, I'm not playing NBA tomorrow. I'm gonna put my I'll put my other stuff in. You know where I'm going tomorrow?
What's happening, Sheets?
I am going to this place. It's like really cool. It's like this big building, and when you go in there, like they bring food to you, and then they serve you, and then at the end of the thing, they give you a little check, and then you pay it.
Oh my God! What is that
Yeah,
called?
I forget what it's called. It's something I remember from like a long time ago.
That's amazing.
They have that. It's so sick.
It's incredible.
Yep. So they got.
We're
We're going to one of those tomorrow.
One of them.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know how the experience is. We're actually going into the city. Actually.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm stoked for you. I'm gonna have a little bit of wine. It's Friday.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be having sushi and sake. I'm gonna be celebrating my 37 pounds that I lost. Thank you.
Oh my goodness! How do you do it? That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the real headline of this. That program.
Is, hey, vaccination at 37 pounds. That's it.
Nation's waiting on this one.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. Let's see. I think that I can't bring myself to play Okiki over these other guys. I think I can find a LeBron.
Okay, Smooth. I am all about it.
What did he say?
Jay Smooth is asking for Brogdon and MCW on FanDuel. I'm not allowed to show my lineups, but I will just say
that I'm 100% in.
I will say that those two guys look remarkably like my point guards.
What about double spending up at small forward? I love this.
What I just said, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm just kidding.
But I think you're right. I think that Ingram gets outscored by a couple of 3,500 guys.
You're outscored by Okiki.
For sure. Wait, Nunn is going home? He's going back to Chicago. I thought he left the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a story if we get one of the other guys out. But if they
JJ, that's really funny. JJ saying PJ Tucker will have a good laugh if they can't play. Is Kuzma going to play tonight? Was there a reason why?
I think that these guys, all these Lakers on a normal slate would be in play, and maybe they're more in play than we thought because these Houston guys are not what we thought they were.
Right.
Hang
on, let me see. What else we got? This upload that FanDuel. I'm fire. UX Mason Jones. The Mason Jones. You watch Mason Jones is gonna be the highest scoring player.
He's probably gonna put up like 35 too.
Hell yeah. He's playing 27 minutes, right?
Yeah, he should. I mean,
let me look at just transferred.
It's crazy that Sexton's like the chalk shooting guard on FanDuel. I think people overreacted a little bit to this news personally, but
wait, which news?
No. Just I like Sexton. I just don't think he's like this automatic, he's going to go completely nuts play that everybody else seems to be sure of. I just like spending down at shooting guard, I guess is the simple way of putting it.
I'm just curious.
I really like Bacon in general and tonight, which is I never say that ever.
What'll probably end up happening again is like we said, just like happened last night when you had a 5% owned Jalen Noel, right? Remember at the beginning of the day, we're like, well, it's Jalen Noel season, really? And then much happened that people forgot.
Yeah, exactly right.
So it's right back to Derek White and what's his name? What else was the noon play?
Keldon Johnson.
And Keldon Johnson, right? Exactly.
I'm still into that, by the way. Now I'm totally into that on DraftKings. I have those guys a bunch.
Remember back at 12 o'clock, I'm like, do I really want to play Furkan Korkmaz?
That's right. Right. We thought he was going to be the chalk play. Oh my God, how things change. All right, let me just make sure I've got this straight.
Jason Randall.
Shoot, I gotta edit one more lineup too. Fuck.
Hockey is Daily Roto. There's this. Some of the Houston guys.
Sheets, do you happen to notice any questions out there before I
I'm gonna go check right now.
in case?
No, just none going home. Whatever it is. It's the hockey. Hockey's in. Everything's in. Yeah. Oh, so I didn't finish. So yeah, everybody got. I am going to drop an Xfinity and an MMA either late tonight or tomorrow morning,
Oh my
and
God.
then I'm going to maybe what I'll do is like I did last week. I'll just before I leave, I'll just throw into Discord. What my NBA ratings are. You know what I mean? I'm not going to play because I'm leaving like 2 hours before post time, whatever. So everything's going to change, obviously. But I'll just kind of just post a couple of thoughts, and then Sunday, yeah, I might be around Sunday. I don't know. Maybe we'll put something up there.
Mhm.
But and maybe one of Bobby's golf things are get rolling.
Hope so. Maybe things are supposed to happen sometimes, right? Hold on, did I miss anything here? LeBron. I have LeBron, Embiid, and Jokic in a lineup together. Jesus.
Do you really? Nice.
Yeah, on DraftKings. Shoot, I'm really giving up some leverage in that lineup, so I've got to make sure I got to do something real quick about this.
How sick is Lee Westwood?
Yeah, dude, I don't understand what's the matter with us. Why don't we just ignore the signs? This guy was telling us to play him.
Look, before he gets busted for whatever steroids he's on, we made no profit off it.
His
He doesn't
caddy is
doesn't
his
show up in the United
girlfriend.
States. Doesn't show up for the United States for a year. He comes back and he just kills everybody.
His girlfriend is a smoke show.
Yeah, the girlfriend, the caddy, right?
Yeah. She's hot, man. I was like, I don't know. That got my attention when I was younger with the kid who was playing Tiger one night. So, oh, shit. I got one thing I need to change. Yo. Hit the wrong freaking button. Fuck.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys.
I ended up with Jokic in one more lineup than I wanted. So he's in two of my 5 big ones.
So I'll tell you on FanDuel, I have 10 lineups, and the highest exposed player actually I have 9 lineups. So the highest exposed player at 77% is Mr. Sabonis. Then on DraftKings,
You can only say the ones who started, Sheets, so we don't get in trouble.
I'm not reading any lineups. I'm going to tell you my highest owned guys. I can do that, right?
Yeah, of course.
My highest owned guy at 100% is Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And then my next 2 highest guys.
No, that game hasn't started yet. You can't say Kevin Porter Jr. yet.
Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant that was my hockey lineup. Sorry about that.
You did it on the DraftKings one, and the guy had to correct you today, so I had to edit it out, which I didn't really think I edited it out, but
Oh, really?
I tried to edit it out. It's okay.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, by the time I'm done, Bobby, you're going to be like having to play on Monkey Knife Fight. I'm going to get you banned from like every set.
Seriously, man. I'm going to be like the only person who has the bad cheat story. Everybody else in my industry has the good story. I'm the only one. You know what? That's how truly screwed it is for me.
Exactly.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you know who we needed? What we got from Brendan Todd, by the way, who gave me a near heart attack. First of all, he gets the hole-in-one. Beautiful.
Oh, he got a hole-in-one?
He had a hole-in-one today.
Oh, nice.
And then but before that even, he made 2 birdies in the first, I think it was the first 4 holes or whatever. I don't know, maybe it's the 7th or I don't know, remember which one it was. And then he's awesome. He's 2 under, then he doubles. and then he goes birdie birdie, and then he doubles. then he bogey bogey, and then birdie birdie birdie. Sorry, birdie birdie bogey birdie. Like it was just like
What I can tell you, I can give you a couple ownerships. So in the box out, Miss Bradley Beal is 9.8%. I have one lineup with, like, this already started, so I can say that. Mo Wagner at 0.2%.
I love it. You know what? By the way, at less than 1%, and especially with the Houston stuff, that now became a really good play. It's still, I still don't think there's any chance he stays on the court for more than 16 minutes, but I think it's awesome.
Who's really high owned? You want to check this out? So let me see.
Embiid.
I don't think I have that much of him in the box set. Oh, Westbrook's pretty popular, 28%.
Yeah, it's very strange that I didn't play him.
That's surprising.
But you know why, though? I mean, you know when you know what I say though. We say, I played Westbrook on FanDuel, by the way.
Okay.
But on DraftKings, I just
in the single entry, the one that I'm in on DraftKings, Joel Embiid
68%
is 73.7%.
Yeah, you know what Jokic is?
39.2 because I got them in the same lineup. Oh, I got one of yours. I got an Embiid. I got a Jokic, Embiid, and LeBron. Look at that.
I got rid of Jokic out of one of mine. Thank goodness. Jesus. I was trying to freak out and fix this in 1 second. So I don't need Macklemore anymore. Hold on. How did I get that in time? That was really, really at the buzzer. I mean, it showed it up as being started, and I thought I had gotten it in just under the buzzer. Wow.
The ceiling can't hold us.
I thought I hadn't gotten it in under the buzzer. All right. So yeah. So for just for what it's worth, for golf, here's what we need.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's only, I don't have a lot. This is not in big tournaments. It's all sucks because all of our guys. But it's, look, the $1 million tournament, so that's worth it, right?
Right. That's good enough for me if you catch that.
And the actual golfers I have in my lineup are pretty good golfers. But like Dustin Johnson, who I'm going to bet you anything shoots like 6 under tomorrow.
Let's go.
He's the weakest, obviously, of the group. Dustin Johnson, Bryce, who's at 6 under, Brian Harmon at 6 under, Answer at 2 under, a very high scoring, which is really unusual to say for him, Brandon Todd at 1 under. But he's already at the hole-in-one, obviously, and he has an eagle, all that stuff.
Oh, you know what I would like to say?
And Will Zalatoris.
I would like to say that the quote-unquote chalky Brandon Ingram is 12% on FanDuel.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a steal.
Because those other plays on Houston are so much better.
No, Sheets. If this slate played last night and last night's slate played tonight, Brandon Ingram would have been 75% owned on this slate. All you would have heard today was that the only reason why these guys aren't a lock is because we have to play Brandon Ingram in the other spot. That's the truth. And he was, you know what Brandon Ingram was last night? He was, 40% on a huge 11-game slate or whatever it was?
Yeah.
So that happens. All right.
Have a great
night. Have a great time at dinner. Tell me what dinner's like, by the way. I want to understand what it's like these days.
It's amazing. I'll talk to you later.